and welcome back to NatChat. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with RobertLunn, who has been studying anthropology and archaeology. He was also in the Navy previously before that for 9 years, and now he runs self-improvement and self-empowerment workshops and meditations. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
And before the break, we were talking about the scale of love and fear, and how with fear you can't really do anything. And with love is where everything is productive and where you actually make things happen.
Exactly.
And even,
whilst in fear, you're a victim to everything that's going on around you.
Yeah, because you even gave an example. Off camera, we were saying, like, if someone went into a bank and said, come on, please give me your money, no one would, they would laugh him out.
Exactly.
But if he said, got them all scared, then they'd give him the money.
Modern police tactics, the stormtrooper, everyone down on your back. Yeah. It's screaming, it's yelling, it's swearing, it's cussing. It's fear, because whilst the person's in a state of fear, that they will do exactly what you tell them to do.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Police raids or criminals doing bank hold-ups, they use exactly the same tactics.
So the moral of the story is when people are trying to scare you, just don't succumb to it.
Exactly. Be in your own space. And that space, whilst you're in love, you are unapproachable.
So they can be scaring you, can say, I love you, you're so sweet.
Well, I'll give you an example. I mean, you might have walked home a certain direction or gone past, read the news the next day, someone got bashed 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after you taking this particular path. You go, wow, I was like 5 minutes earlier or later. The thing is, in your reality, you didn't pull that in. That person, the person who did the bashing, the person that got bashed, literally pulled that in from where they are on that scale. If you're operating so low on the fear scale, you will create, you'll put, it's like attracts like.
You just bring good to you.
Whilst you're on that frequency, you could think of it as a totally different world. So rather than you being on this scale up and down in this world, you're actually changing realities. So the more you move up the scale towards love, you're actually in a world with more love.
Yeah, exactly.
As you in the fear realm, the vibration, you're in a world like heaven and hell.
Yeah.
They're not two separate places. We create our own heaven and hell here on earth. So whilst we're in it, while we're operating in fear, we're in hell. While we're operating in love, we're in heaven. You can create. And creation, in its aspects, is an interesting point. I mean, what is creation? What's real? What's victimization? I mean, reality. What is real? I mean, we look at the table and we see a table. But are we really seeing the table? Are we seeing these lights? Are we seeing each other? See, when we process information, light goes through our eyes. That's then changed into electrical signals, which then travel to an area in the brain. This area in the brain is just above the nape of the neck. It's a little square region, probably about this big, and it's in total darkness. There's no light gets into the skull in this region. So we think we're seeing bright light. The realm we're actually perceiving that is in total darkness. What's happening? Electrical signals are being interpreted by your database. And that's where I mentioned earlier about how our perspective is unique. That's what makes us a unique individual, is because we have a unique perspective on life. So when we analyse an event, electrical signals come in, it goes to our database, it says, this is what you've seen. And we get that image and understanding that A equals this, B equals that. So we get an automatic understanding. And so when images are presented to you from some form of media, those images stimulate that information that you've got in your database.
And also you've studied a bit about the matrix. Can you sort of elaborate a little bit about that and what do you mean by the matrix?
Certainly. Well, it gets back to perception, how electrical signals. Metamorphosis, for example, a lot of indigenous cultures have in their mythology where they can change form, like North American Indians becoming the bear or become the eagle and so forth. You think, like, this is weird, this is strange, this is bizarre. Sure, if I was to suddenly to physically change my body into a bear, that's an incredible feat. And most people go, no, it's beyond reality. But when you understand, you're only seeing me as a result of electrical signals. For me to become a bear in front of you, it's just, I have to change electrical signals that you're receiving. The matrix, the threads around us. It's literally a world woven around us where authority and experts dictate to us what is real. This is real, unquestionably, people believe it. Because if we really knew who we were as beings, our world would be an amazing, amazing place. But we're repressed. We're pushed down this scale so that we can only operate at a very small level of our being for reasons that we really don't have time to go into today. But the matrix is designed as a cocoon of reality. If you could actually push the realms of your mind, cut a hole and look outside that, you'll see there's actually a reality beyond the matrix. Okay? Now the matrix threads that make up our perceived reality are many areas. One area I'd like to bring up is the banking, for example, because it's in everyone's mind at the moment. The economic disasters, and people are saying, oh, this has collapsed, this has fallen, and so forth. It's not true. The current economic situation is by design. Money is designed to keep people broke. Every dollar in circulation is debt. See, the Reserve Bank is a privately owned bank. People think, oh, the Reserve, it's government, it's the money. It's a privately owned bank. Their job is to make a profit for their directors. They loan money to the government. So every dollar in circulation is debt. And there's only ever enough money in circulation to equal the principal of the money borrowed. So there's not enough money in circulation to pay the interest on it. So how do you do that? You print more money to pay the interest. That's more debt. It's unrecoverable and it's compounding disaster. It's designed and built that way. What's needed now is a new system. Again, people get out there, research it, look it up. If you know information is out there, and like I do small community work groups around the area, everyone can do the same thing. If you find an area of interest you want to talk about, put an advert in the local paper, or look in the local paper, maybe someone's already doing it.
Okay,
and join them.
Thanks so much for coming on the program,
It's been a pleasure,
Rob.
thank you for having me.
You've been watching NatChat. Our guest was Rob Lunn. I hope you enjoyed the program. I'm Mirella Rich. See you again soon.